How was Raleigh? Did a couple sets. You did a couple nights.
I did two
One-
nights,
Yep, one set each, right?
one set each. And it was interesting because it was the same crowd. Like, It
Right.
was like a private deal. So it was the same crowd 2 nights in a row. I didn't really think about this.
What was this event?
Well, we've talked about this before.
I
but
don't
it's-
remember.
Yeah. So long story short, it is a guys, like a men's conference weekend that involves golf. And there's some lectures and like some.
Good morning, students. May I have your attention, please, for this morning's announcements?
I said quiet.
I don't know how many times I have to tell you this. Your homework is due every single day.
Even if you're late, you're already late. So don't run about it.
I see your shirt is untucked again.
I said that's enough. Out in the hall. Both of you.
Welcome to episode 36, spring semester, episode 15
15.
of Out in the Hall. I'm
Episode
Ry-
36. You are Ryno.
You are the Willy Mammoth.
I am.
Episode 36.
Man,
We're doing it. We're doing it.
We are.
I love it.
I think that a lot of people are probably just generally surprised at our consistent.
For sure.
Right.
Not the least of which are sitting right here.
I think so. I mean, I was very surprised we got through season 1.
Here we are.
And here
Summer
we are.
break is approaching.
It is.
Freshman year's almost over.
That's good. Freshman year's tough.
Work a lot of stuff out. That's all I can tell you.
You do. You're learning a lot about yourself, about your friends. True.
Here's a note.
Oh.
This is from Brian Smith that we went to college with.
B. Smith?
B. Smith, not Brian Smith.
I got it.
Right. Although I was just texting the other Brian Smith. I'm like, hey, we're going to read a story, but it's not from you.
Where did he move to, by the way? You said he moved to somewhere.
I'm going to tell you.
The-
The college one.
No, I'm talking about the other Brian Smith. Where did he move?
He lives here.
I thought you said he moved.
No, I was with him this weekend.
Oh, that's nice.
He's hilarious. I roomed with him. He's awesome.
Great smiler.
He's great. But the other B. Smith from college, he says, worthy dudes. It's
Yeah.
appropriate. First, the podcast is incredible. I legit laugh constantly while listening at work. Glad to hear both of you doing well. Matt, I live in Charlotte, and Moosehead wings are really good. We talked about that a few weeks ago. I'm not far from South Park, so if you ever have time, hit me up. Keep up the good work. You all really have something great here, B. Smith.
Took this girl to formal. Have we talked about this?
And we're not going to talk about it again, but yes, we did talk
On the pod?
We talked about it on the pod. And
Okay.
it was heavily edited. Let's just say he snaked you.
Not at formal, but like
We talked about it already.
it didn't work out for me. And that was upsetting just to begin with.
Sure.
And then like a month later, he pulls it. And I'm like, I don't want to be, I like him, but I don't want to be
He's
like,
probably listening.
no, I don't want to be like, I was kind of like, what?
Well, what's crazy?
Why?
They got married.
Shut your mouth. They did
No,
not.
they did. And their son's name is Matt. It's weird.
That girl's still cute. I saw her at breakfast the other, not too long ago. She was here in town.
I knew she was from here, but
I
never
saw her.
see
I avoided her.
But after that awkward thing, sure, that's great.
Man, what just a waste. And I had to like go find her. She got lost on Bourbon Street, and like it was just a ton of effort for just no reward.
No reward just to get snaked. That's great.
It's bothersome.
The
Hey,
one that
Bismarck.
got away 25 years later. That's very funny. I do have a lunch lady. It's personal.
Okay.
So I was in Raleigh. I know we would be a week ahead on the pod, right?
Right.
So, but we're a week ahead. So I was in Raleigh. And last week I was like, I just got back from Raleigh and it was great. I think it was.
It was great.
And we'll get into it if you want to get into it. But here's my lunch.
I think we'll skirt it, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, all I want to do is tell you about
I
it.
know. I'm not sure I want to let you. It's okay. Keep going. Your
I'm
lunch
over
later.
here like, what cities run with Molly? Can you think of anything?
Thank you.
Speaking of Raleigh. No, so in Durham, we played golf at the Country Club of North Carolina, which is where this hat is from, which big fan of the letter hat.
You really are.
I think it's cool.
Okay.
Big fan of it.
Yeah. You want to let
And
people
I
know
like-
where you've been.
Yeah. Well, I just think it doesn't, you got to know what you're talking about too.
Yeah.
Like some of them don't say like, like I once says par 3.
Right.
And that's from the saddle and say that. Anyway, after there, we went, ironically, with the other B. Smith and a couple other buddies to Alley 6 Bar in Durham.
Okay.
Best cocktails in town. That's like their thing.
Oh, yeah.
And they were very good.
Okay.
Very good.
Would it have food too?
And it had one of the best cheeseburgers I've ever had.
Oh.
And they had an app. This is a lunch lady, so we can
100%.
talk about.
Yeah.
So they had an appetizer called butter and salt.
Okay.
Okay. So it came out on almost like a flatbread tray.
Mm-hmm.
And my mouth is watering. It was a piece of French bread sliced thin
Okay.
with a big pat of butter and a pile of sea salt next to it. So you butter the bread and then salt the.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. You do.
Dude.
It was very good, huh?
Yes. And they had it.
Was the butter anything like specific? Would you say was it sweet,
No.
Swedish? Okay.
It was creamy butter. It was unsalted, naturally.
Right.
And then we also got an appetizer that it was their homemade pimento cheese and a pepper jelly, and you mix them together.
Very good.
Oh, like when we ran out of crackers, we were just sticking our fingers in there. It was so good. Alley 6 Bar in Durham. Go there.
Alley 6 Bar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I have a reason to be in Durham. All right. How was Raleigh? You did a couple sets. You did a couple nights.
I did two
One-
nights.
Yep. One set each, right?
One set each. And it was interesting because it was the same crowd. Like It
Right.
was like a private deal. So it was the same crowd 2 nights in a row. And I didn't really think about this.
What was this event?
Well, we've talked about this before.
I
but
don't
it's-
remember.
So long story short, it is a guys, like a men's conference weekend that involves golf, and there's some lectures and like some thoughts sharing about life. Certainly has a Christian component to it, but it's not like, I wouldn't say it was like a church retreat because it's not that at all.
Okay.
But I walked in maybe knowing 2 guys, and I can't remember the last time I was on a trip, people or something like this, where I was like, there wasn't anybody there I didn't. Not one.
Okay.
And I can
How
find
many people
someone.
were there? Okay.
Yep.
From various churches.
No, it wasn't a church thing. It wasn't a church thing. It was like a
mosque.
No. It wasn't like it was. I even texted my wife when I was there. So this guy gets up, he's going to play music, and I'm thinking to myself, here we go. No. It's this guy Scott Thompson, who I became like who's just awesome. We're about to play with him. He's awesome. No. We're singing Proud Mary. He just it was like fun. It was a fun thing. And then there was some life lesson type stuff. I mean, it was
It
not
was wholesome.
Yeah, it wasn't churchy, but I mean, like people were getting into the cups. Like it was fun. And I was nervous, to answer your question, about agreeing to do 2 sets. They were completely different.
Right.
Like that's right. So I did 50. So I have like 30 minutes now. So I did 15 minutes both nights. But the interesting thing, like what do you go with? Do you go with like,
Yeah, your strong stuff, or you mix it up, or like what was your strategy?
I ultimately decided to go with the strongest stuff I thought I had the first night, and they were great. The room was great. Everybody really liked it. And it was very fun to like talk to a lot of the people. I found myself answering a lot of questions that I'm not qualified. And then the second night, where I would tell you, I think I went with like not even the best stuff. People were like, dude, we thought you were great last night, but tonight you were unbelievable. I got standing ovation on the second. It was awesome.
Do you feel like it's the kind of crowd that is just trying to be nice?
No.
Do you feel like the advice that you were giving that you were unqualified to give was on how to be successful?
It was a lot of like, first of all, I think a lot of people thought it's what I do all the time. So they didn't know. But that's kind of how it was.
You were good?
No, I think it was more, I was like, kind of like, it had kind of been spread. Hey, they always have entertainment at this thing. So they're like, hey, this guy's pro. That's very lenient, very liberal.
Okay.
But so it was a lot of like, hey, what does it look like for you on the road? And I'm like, well,
well.
I'm not really on the road a lot. We're
Sure.
just trying to get there. But it was a lot of who are your favorites comics out there that, I got to talk about comedy a lot, and I got the opportunity to say a lot that I'll talk about this as much as you want to talk about, because I love talking about it, but I don't necessarily want to talk about me. I don't do this because it was very important to me that the reason that I enjoy doing that is not about me. It's about I enjoy making people laugh. Like that's what's fun about it.
Yeah, you're a giver. You're giving laughs, giving good feelings.
That makes me happy to hear other people laugh. Doesn't make me happy that people are clapping for me. I want them to clap for the fact that they got to laugh.
That they're happy. That it made them so happy that they clapped.
Yeah.
That's good.
It was great.
That's ultimately a gift giver and an act of service.
It was awesome.
Okay. I'm glad you had fun.
It was very fun.
I'm glad you had a good time. It sounds like it was edifying, uplifting.
Beyond.
I'm just trying to use church words.
Got immune to your...
It sounds like you were blessed.
More than
sounds like there was a lot of exultation that went on.
Exultation.
Okay. I like it.
Played some really good golf. A lot of fellowship. We stayed at Duke University. Got a chance to walk around that campus. You ever walked around Duke? It's awesome.
It is awesome.
Do you want to jump into...
Is that like, what have you been up to?
Yeah, it can be.
Okay.
Oh,
You don't mind?
Yeah. What have you been up to?
I woke up last night not sleeping well. It was like 2 a.m. I was looking around in my fridge. I couldn't find anything that I liked. So I got up.
I've never one time gotten a middle of the night eaten. Never.
I don't think I've ever done this.
I've never done that.
I've done it. Randomly did it like 3 weeks ago. I got up, had a bowl of grape nuts with a little brown sugar. It was good.
Seems like a lot of attention to...
I know. I was hungry. And so I woke up. I couldn't find anything that I liked except for a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So I had a couple just one-offs, like, oh, let me get a handful of these things. But it was just too dry, right?
For 2 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, I didn't like it. But I didn't want to have a bowl of cereal either because it sogs it up too quick. So I broke out a big gallon tub of vanilla Bluebell ice cream and I stuck it in the microwave for about 20 seconds. So it really softened up nicely. And then I put the Cinnamon Toast Crunch on the bottom of the bowl. Then I put some ice cream on top of it. And then I put more Cinnamon Toast Crunch on top of that. And I mixed it all together in almost like a blizzard.
That had to be unbelievable.
Like situation. And then I went back to my bed and I ate it in my bed. And I woke up this morning with sugary Cinnamon Toast Crunch sort of everywhere around me in the bed.
That is so funny.
Yeah, and then like some residual ice cream left over in the bowl on the nightstand.
And you just kind of turn the bowl up,
yeah,
put it back in the sink.
Put it back down. And I took a swig of water, went right back to bed.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah. I got a little sugar coma going on. I went right back to sleep.
That actually sounds delicious.
I felt like a fat kid, and I cannot believe that I'd never thought of those are my 2 favorite things: vanilla ice cream and Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Right.
And I've never thought about putting them together in like a blizzard style situation. And boy, let me tell you what, that's dangerous.
I had, of course, I had no idea where you're going with this. I know that's something that you enjoy. So I don't know where you're going. I'm already marking the time like, all right, make sure we tell Sam to cut this. Nope. You came out with arguably one of the greatest snacks of all time.
I've never heard of anybody ever say it before. It's not on the menu at Dairy Queen as an option.
That sounds so good.
It should be on the menu for options at Dairy Queen. It's an unbelievable snack, and I want everybody out there that's listening to try it.
Both you guys.
It's all three of you. I want you to try it. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and it could be any ice cream of your choosing. I think vanilla is good because it's the closest to just regular milk, but it doesn't sog it up. Like the last bite of my Cinnamon Toast Crunch and ice cream combo was still crispy. It crunched in my mouth. It was phenomenal.
There's not a part of that I don't love.
Yeah, it was very good.
You know
well, minus that it was 2 a.m.
Well, sure, I don't love that, but that's okay.
If you don't do it often, a little treat.
Sure. You know what I did yesterday?
What?
I don't know why, because I certainly didn't buy this, but there is in our fridge, there is a super specialty grocery type of chocolate milk in there.
Okay.
No one was looking. Dude, I
drank out of it?
Like just a swig or two.
I do that with the apple juice in my house.
How good is chocolate milk?
Chocolate milk's good, and also everything tastes better right out of the carton into your mouth.
100%.
Right out of the jug into
Like
your
getting
mouth.
a glass. It's my house.
It's your house. You bought it.
Right.
Yeah. My kid the other day was.
I won't let my boys do that.
No, they're disgusting.
What are you, crazy? Get a glass. Meanwhile, I'm like, here, you want some of this?
Maddie the other day, my oldest, was not sharing something he wasn't even using with Jake, his younger brother. And he's like, it's mine. He was telling me because he didn't, and I'm like, well, you're not using it. Number one, we share in this family. It's what we do. He's like, well, it's mine. I don't want to. I go, just want to point something out. If I didn't share anything with you, you'd have nothing.
You'd live on the street.
Everything that you have is mine, and I share it with you.
Right. It's a good lesson.
Yeah. And then he gave me the really reluctant, yes, sir. It still didn't sink in. He's still selfish.
Sure.
Which I don't get. Why are kids so selfish? A lot of kids are selfish. Like, no, that's mine. I don't want this. I don't want you to play with it. Or is it insecurity? I don't know.
I think it's just lack of just general
parenting.
No, I'm not going to say that. You're great.
Okay.
Oh, you're great, Dad. And that's a great lesson. Like, hey, dude, look, I get it. It's yours, seemingly.
Yeah, that couch you're sitting on, that's mine.
That's my couch.
That blanket that's on top of you.
So get off the couch. Get off my couch. And don't sit on my floor either.
You can go stand in the street.
Yeah.
Because you're standing on the driveway. That's mine.
This is my driveway.
Yeah.
This is my driveway.
I'm sharing it with you.
Get off my property. Remember that when you're like 8? Get off my property.
All right, cool. I'm just gonna stand right here on the edge. Is this too close, old man? Yeah.
Right. I'll thank Free Fly, and then I want to go right into show and share.
Okay.
You want to snake it? You want to do one?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll snake it. That's fine. Mine's pretty quick.
Okay.
Mine's a quick
There's
show.
No
and
rush
share.
today.
So sloths. Right. We talked a little bit about Zootopia with Flash, 100-Yard Dash. Yeah. Could be one of the greatest animated scenes of
certainly of our time.
Every single animated movie. It's incredible. It's brilliant.
Everything about, and then the callback later in the movie where he's driving the Lamborghini.
It was hilarious. So sloths do everything slow. We know this, including digestion. They don't digest, so they don't eat a ton because they're always full. They're digesting.
Right.
But consequently, their digestion doesn't move fast enough for them to fart.
So they don't?
No, they do. They have bad breath.
That's gross.
They have flatulence.
It's okay. Somebody
out of their mouth.
I was listening to another podcast recently, and they were saying that sloths stink. Like, I guess this guy held one at a zoo or something, and he said they stink so bad. I can't remember where that was.
Well, that's probably why.
That's gross.
Right.
All right, mine's funnier than that. Not as gross as that. It's not funnier. It's not funnier.
That was kind of funny.
Yeah, that shouldn't have said that. It's not mine's. That wasn't not funny. It's just gross.
It's funny because it's gross.
Right. I'm sorry. I should have said that's not
My
funnier.
feelings aren't hurt.
Good. And mine's not funny. It's creepier. If you were in a completely dark room.
Okay. No light. You can't see anything. Not even your hand in front of your face.
Your body would adjust to a 48-hour day where you would sleep for 36 hours and be awake for 12 hours.
Actually, not a bad thing if you're in solitary confinement. It's completely dark.
You're also assuming you got someplace comfortable to sleep in that situation. That seems terrible, though.
36 hours you sleep?
Yeah.
That's a long time to sleep. I wonder, you probably feel like crap when you wake up after 36 hours.
You wake up in the worst mood.
Oh, it's worse than when you take your YouTube away from your kids.
Yeah.
They're just all sort of just
Yeah.
a-holes to you
Yeah, yes.
for 30 minutes.
I don't know. That seems terrible to me. And I think there's a lot of sensory deprivation that would go on, too.
I think you just go schizophrenic eventually. I mean, I was thinking you're in a room for 10 minutes or whatever.
No, I'm saying you live in this room. But at least your body would have the ability to say, all right, we don't need to be up for all this.
Let's,
You know, let's,
okay.
we'll be
buddy.
up, but not for the whole thing.
Yeah, this isn't cool. All right, we're gonna basically going into hibernation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
Ugh.
brutal.
Okay.
All right,
go
well,
ahead.
snake it with me.
Yep.
Yeah, 2 truths and a lie.
Okay.
Did I thank Free Fly yet?
You did.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, we love them. I love these
All right.
5-inch and
So-
shorts that I'm wearing.
I was on Duke's campus this weekend. That's where this thing was.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've walked around Duke. And so I've got a couple, 2 truths and a
It
lie.
was founded as a Methodist university.
That's didn't come up, but I
Mhm.
believe it. This is regarding Cameron Indoor Stadium. Obviously, you know what this
I
is.
know. I've never been.
I'll tell you this. It's impressive.
It's
Like,
teeny.
that's what I thought. It is impressive. I thought that too. Cameron Indoor Stadium was named after a former president of the school. Cameron Indoor Stadium has 15,000 seats. The first game played at Cameron Indoor Stadium was against the University of North Carolina.
I don't think that it has 15,000 seats.
Does it?
Yeah, I think it's like 9,500 or something.
Exactly. 9,700.
Yeah.
That shocked me. I thought it was like, I was expecting it to be like the O Dome at University of Florida.
No, it's an old private school, and it's an on-campus facility.
You said you have been there?
I haven't.
Or you have not been there?
No.
So there's a plaza outside. I mean, it's right in the middle of campus.
Right.
There's a plaza outside of that, and just on the other side of the plaza from Cameron Indoor is the Duke football stadium, which is recessed into the ground like a Death Valley situation.
Yeah.
So on grade level is Cameron Indoor, okay, and then it goes down inside, and then across the plaza, grade level is like the highest seat at the stadium. So the stadium is all down. It's I'd love to go there. We should go there for a game.
I would enjoy that. Oh, we play in basketball, clearly. We could
Do that.
We could go
We
to
should
that.
we should do. I'd rather go see Cameron Indoor before.
Duke's got a really good baseball team this year as well. Asian kids at Duke.
That's a stretch.
It's like that in Georgia Tech. It's like you look at all like the Cameron Crazies. I'm
Duke
like,
for
the thing-
Duke. Oh,
Oh.
no, I got to take it out.
No, don't
Oh,
do that.
oh, Duke University. Take that out, Sam. That's the whole fucking comment. But that's funny. I didn't get it at first. I'm like, where are you going? Yes.
That's all they are is Asians.
Come right back on this. So when we were walking, both mornings we got up and like would
Walked
walk
around?
Yeah, because we're staying right there across the street, and it was early. In fairness, it was early.
Right.
Like it was like pre 8 o'clock, and saw one student on campus.
An Asian girl.
No, it was like this complete and total frat bro. Okay, big fella, looked like a rower, like 6'4",
Okay.
hair, good looking kid, gallon of milk in one hand, half-eaten banana in the other, just walking across the quad. Exactly what you'd think a college kid would be eating, who's trying to bulk.
But banana's not full of protein. I guess full of potassium. Maybe he's going to work out.
Probably is this pre-workout.
Milk?
I'm just telling you. Maybe, or you know what? Could have been all he had left in his fridge.
Have you ever done that milk challenge? Like where
No,
you,
I don't drink milk. All right, 2 truths for you.
I only eat carrots raw. Jousting is the official sport of Maryland. A collection of unicorns is named a hallelujah. They're all three so different.
I think you like a steamed carrot. I think that's the lie.
I do not like a steamed carrot. I think it's disgusting. It's
Okay.
mushy. It tastes different. I only eat carrots raw.
Okay, that's the truth. I think that I think that jousting is the official sport of Maryland.
You're right.
And
It's actually called a grouping of unicorns. A herd of unicorns is called a blessing.
a blessing of unicorns, not a hallelujah of unicorns. That's really funny, actually.
I thought you would know that one because you did so much research on the murder of crows, right? That you might have like gone through a bunch of what animal
I did,
names are.
and we went over
groups.
that, except
Right.
for I just went with animals that are real, not things that are just made up.
Unicorn is the official animal of Scotland.
I don't hate to be the one to tell them this, but
It's illegal. I think it's Wyoming or Idaho to kill a Sasquatch.
really?
It's on the books.
Huh.
Are you ready for a pop quiz?
Yeah.
Okay. Cornflakes were invented by Kellogg, right? Clark Kellogg.
Yeah, I'm watching that movie right now. I haven't gotten far enough in
Oh,
it
you
yet.
have? Okay. It was invented for a very specific purpose.
Okay. I haven't gotten here yet in the movie.
Okay. Now, Clark Kellogg was a sort of a very hardcore fundamentalist, churchy fundamentalist, and the cornflakes were invented as part of a diet at his church. All right. And it was to suppress something specific. What was it?
Alcohol?
Masturbation.
Oh, okay.
Because they were so bland, basically would bore it out of you.
Just pour it. Okay.
He thought it was abhorrent behavior. And they invented cornflakes.
So you need to just eat these.
Eat these, you'll be fine. You won't have those feelings anymore. Don't worry.
How about that?
Eat these cornflakes.
Well, would you look at that?
Still on the shelf today. Hasn't stopped.
Nope, people are still doing it. People are still eating cornflakes. I don't really care for cornflakes.
A cornflake is only good because it was the predecessor to the Frosted Flake.
Well, the Frosted Flake I can get down with.
Of course, it's the cornflake with sugar all over it.
I like a cornflake. I love Frosted Flake,
Frosted Flakes.
but I love a Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, God, yes.
So good. I'm sticking with a theme here
With Cameron, Baduke.
with just Duke, which has a higher undergraduate population.
Okay.
North Carolina schools.
Okay.
Duke, High Point, Wake Forest.
I think that Duke has the highest undergraduate population, and I think Wake Forest has the lowest. I think Wake Forest student population is like 2,300 kids or 3,400 kids or something like that, 3,500 kids. And I think that High Point's in the middle.
You're wrong.
Okay.
High Point has the most with 7,000 students.
Okay.
Then Duke,
Okay. How many
With
does Duke have?
6,700.
Okay. God, that's really close.
I thought High Point had like 1,200 and Duke had 20,000.
No, Duke's a small school.
You walk around that campus and you go, there's got to be a bunch of kids here. And then Wake Forest is the smallest at 5,200.
5,200.
I would have thought it was even smaller than that, but then they have a real football team. And
Yeah, I've known that Wake is generally a pretty small school. A lot of kids from Jacks go there.
I thought it was like a Flagler, 2,000 kids.
Wake's a very good school.
Mhm.
You got to be a sharp person to get
Oh,
in
yeah.
there. That's not cousin Brian. That was what he was. He was down to Wake and FSU. Yeah, I think he chose right. I don't think Wake is like a big I don't think Winston-Salem has a lot going on.
I don't think I've ever been there.
Yeah, I think once the
Raleigh does.
I think
Man,
once
that's a cool town.
I think once the tobacco industry died, Winston-Salem was just kind of like, wow. That's all right. Would you rather have your life narrated as you walk around by Gilbert Gottfried?
He's dead, but okay.
Okay. Or, which is just, think about how annoying that guy's voice is, right?
Each time he goes outside.
Yes.
Yeah. My best Gilbert
Okay.
Gottfried.
That was really
was
good.
it?
Yeah, it was very good. Or have your,
He is now opening the door to his car.
and you have to listen to it. Okay. You have to listen to him for the
You have
rest
to
of your
carry
life.
around a Bluetooth speaker. He just
That'd be great. Of course. Yeah, let's add that. So your entire life is narrated out loud.
Yep.
You have to listen to it as well as everybody else.
Everybody else.
Yeah. By Gilbert Gottfried. Or have your inner thoughts narrated by Morgan Freeman.
Well, I'd have to go with Gilbert Gottfried.
Why? No one's going to want to be around you either way.
I get it, but I don't want anybody to know my inner thoughts. He is now bored in the meeting.
No, Morgan Freeman's your inner thoughts.
Right, but he would be narrating what I'm doing.
No, Morgan Freeman would just be narrating your inner thoughts. Gilbert Gottfried's narrating what you're doing.
Right. You're in a meeting.
Right.
And you're sitting there.
Oh.
And he would say you're
But
bored.
so that's your inner thought and what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah. Think about how annoying it would be for everybody. They hate you for different reasons.
You
on
would have
both
no
of them.
friends. And you have to have just Bluetooth is on loud. And imagine this, you're like laying in bed and you're asleep and it's like,
And he's rolling over.
Yeah. He has just rolled over. Golly. He is alarmed.
Or it could be like a nice soothing voice. Yeah.
I think that Gilbert Gottfried's terrible.
No, I think it was good.
It's okay.
I keep on thinking of him as
He's getting ready to take a
he
shower.
was the parrot on Aladdin. Wasn't Joffrey? Was that the bad guy? Jafar was
the bad guy,
the bad
and
guy.
the parrot is Yago.
I
Do
mean-
not mess with me in that era of Disney movies.
They were good.
Yeah, I've seen them all.
Just that's almost as good as like the whispering and the screaming thing.
Oh, that was so funny.
Okay. All right, you're up.
Okay, would you rather do a podcast or listen to a podcast?
I'd rather do one.
Yeah, me too.
I don't have the patience to listen to one.
Right.
Even ours. I just find myself skipping to the parts that I know that I like.
Well, I listen to it, make sure nothing have to take out. And I email Sam like, all right, we're all good here. I don't know. I say that, but like there are some pods I listen to every single week and love it.
Which ones?
Listen to Nate's and I listen to Theo Vaughn's every week, and they're long. They're almost 2 hours each. He's wondering if he should ask a question. It's not live, so you can say whatever you want.
No, I know. It was just talking to this. I don't know the name of the podcast, but I get clips of it. It's this Asian guy. He's like really like a funny, kind of always looking scrappy.
Oh, you funny man.
Yeah. I'm not kidding. He does that. He does
Cut that
impressions.
shit out,
He
too.
does impressions. And they're like,
Cut that shit
they
out.
were talking about like the why you can't tell if an Asian person has Down syndrome.
Jesus Christ.
And the Asian guy's like, don't you fucking say it. Don't you
Oh,
fuck-
that's Bobby Lee. I know you're talking
Bobby
about.
Lee.
Yeah, he's
like,
funny.
don't you fucking say it.
All right, let's wrap this up. We can keep talking about it. Okay, we got him tickled over here. All right, I think that's it for today, Matt.
Okay. No, I think we
That was a good one.
oh yeah, right down the middle.
Right down the middle.
Nice drive to work.
Yep.
Not for you or me, but for other people.
Yeah.
They're not as fortunate as us.
We're grateful nonetheless. It's
And
not
we're-
lost on us.
And we're blessed.
We're blessed.